Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The message behind saying the title "The Heavyweight Podcast" is to be able to say that we can weigh in on some heavy shit. You know, what we're talking about is important from every aspect of it. It's a heavy weight. It's not just about physical weight, but the weight of things that can weigh our minds. So I think it's dope that we can have this conversation. What's good? This is episode 101 of the Heavyweight Podcast.
Not the freeway.
We teaching y'all today. I am Study Mcfly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name for the beautiful people out there.
I'm the House Gap, Mr. Ellis. Holla at your boy. Custom Fits.
House Gap. All right.
Professor Ellis?
Like Cornell West all day.
Don't. I'm sorry, Kevin. You're a smart guy, but you're not Cornell West smart. Sorry.
Listen, I'm running for president, nigga. Don't you ever insult me like that.
Okay. All right. It's your boy Molito. That's it.
And then they call me Hunter. That's all I'm going to say.
Bruh. Anyway, how were your weeks?
Oh, so much better.
So what you guys get for Father's Day? Let's hear it.
Sleep. Sleep. You got a paycheck?
No.
Oh, I was like, damn, that's dope. I never got paid on no Sunday, nigga.
I got Percocets.
For Father's Day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bruh.
Sleep. What'd you get?
I got a lot of sleep too. Off the Percocets.
No, Hunter, what'd you get? You
I got what I wanted.
The question.
I got what I wanted.
What's that?
I got my Happy Father's Day phone calls.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a little person.
A little person?
Yeah.
Oh shit, never mind. Anyway, my week was wonderful. My week was so much better. I actually did get home on time and productive at the house. And I'm so much closer to vacation. All right.
Word.
Sorry.
Must be nice. I haven't taken one of those in years.
Word.
Why? What is with the long faces?
Oh, ain't none on my side. I
can't have no vacation? Nigga, that's hate.
No. Enjoy yourself. Spend your money.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't remind me I'm spending.
My week was my week was better than last week. The swelling has gone down. Pain has not. That's why I'm still in the clouds. But I getting better.
That's good.
That's it.
Good to hear. Now, can you pass me some of those Percocet when you?
Nope, that is illegal, sir.
On air, like what is wrong with you?
Oh my God!
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why he was in jail all the time.
I didn't go to jail for drug charges. Okay, motherfucker, shit.
But you was probably painting freeway signs in broad daylight, asking shit like this.
Send perks to this address.
I'm just saying, I did not ever go to jail for drugs. All right.
Fair.
He may have tested positive while he was arrested, but it wasn't why he was arrested.
I got a story about that, but that's a whole nother day. How's your week?
Just because I'm curious.
Okay. Good week, Mcfly?
Work.
See me
Preparing for a possible strike.
Oh, that's not going to affect me, sir. I'm 3 to 6 months.
Preparing for a possible strike.
Oh, for real? They ain't playing, huh?
I am.
I don't. I'm just keep it.
Yeah, fair.
I'll just say it wouldn't be smart.
To what?
But
to strike?
It wouldn't be smart for them to let it happen.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I can totally see it happening just so they can try to.
Yeah.
97% said they're all right with it.
Yeah, I'm talking about on their end. I don't see it being a good look. The money they stand to lose. I don't see it being a good look.
My nigga, that hits the news.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, this is a bad look.
Well,
And
I see it as a power
too.
play. I see it as a power play. That's what I kind of look
It always is, yeah.
they're going like, oh, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And then they realize, holy shit, they actually did strike? Yeah, bring them all back to work.
Yeah, but it's like when the government shuts down, nigga. I remember in the military, I got 2 checks once. I was like, what the fuck is this half a check? And then I got another check, and I was like, oh, you motherfuckers actually shut down? Like, get the fuck out of here.
How did you not know the government shut down?
No, but like, because nobody else felt it. Like, but in the military, like, we're paid directly by them. And I was like, nigga, we literally got 2 checks. That's wild.
And that shit was close to happening last month.
Oh, shutdown?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I see them trying to call the bluff just to see where this guy stands at. I
just know I mean, with the age of social media, I don't see it being a good look. Just as soon as things attach themselves to it, and what you stand to lose, I don't. But
that's why I said that last little announcement was just a PR stunt.
Mm-hmm. And you also got to remember too, even in the social media age, 6 months everybody forgets about it anyways. So
6 months, 6 days.
I was being courteous, but like I said, I could see them definitely trying to pull that bluff.
There's another side to. Remember we were talking about the union stuff before? Like I see the other side right now at my former place of work. There's a lot of mechanics just because the director is a tyrant and that motherfucker, there's no protection, so they can't do anything to change it.
So anywho, I guess we'll get into the festivities. I'm gonna try to see if this plays through the speakers well. You give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. Maurice, are you there? You look frozen.
I'm here.
So for a second,
you look still. I was like,
Miley Perkins.
Let's do this.
No, I'll take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm fucking with the married man. Married.
Play back.
It never tells you no. Do you think you were taught to be a dad? And what?
Give me a second. We're having technical difficulties because my shit does not believe in playing back from our.
You deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time. No, I'm dealing with the married man. Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm fucking with the married man. Married nigga. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything. The married man. Yeah, give me him. I would deal with my man that tell me no, because I'm going to beat him the fuck up. I'm taking the married guy because why am I with you? You keep saying no for her. I didn't want to go with the married guy. I don't like the word no, so. Married man. The married man. A married man. You're my little secret. My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time. A married man. Do a married man because 9 times out of 10 we sharing these anyway. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like, why? I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want. You rather deal with a man.
I'm ready. Your thoughts, gentlemen.
Hold on. So they think a married man ain't gonna say no?
That's not the question. The question was, would you deal with a married man that never says no, or would you deal, or your man that tells you no 40% of the time? And that reaction is what I've always proven. Women don't care. I'm not gonna say women. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care about your marital status or your relationship status. I saw another video yesterday where she literally says that she has a cheat kink. She wants you to cheat on her, or she will cheat on you. She wants to be in competition with someone. She literally said that she would be with a married man and the whole time question him as if her shit is better than his wife's. Like this is just the weird realization of some of these women nowadays. It's weird. It's weird. They don't care.
My take from it was different from the video. It was more or less they were so concerned with getting their way they didn't care. That's how I took that.
Right. That's
exactly what I mean. They don't care about who they're infected as long as they keep getting everything. As long as they get exactly what they want every time.
Right. And
I don't even think
they care more about not hearing no. They think a married man won't say no.
But they, in their mind, because they said, I get to be right, give me the marriage. I said, come on now.
Right.
Like, you see how backwards that is? You're more worried about always hearing yes than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that makes me kind of chip out about that is the fact that you think a married man won't say no, which tells me that you ain't never been married. And the reason why the married man ain't saying no to you is because of the exact reason they are cheating.
That's not.
Hunter, it was a hypothetical question.
They're posing it to
just
be.
leave it hypothetical, sir.
It is hypothetical. I get that.
No man is not gonna never say no.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You think a married man ain't gonna say no? You mean a cheating married man ain't gonna say no? I mean, just saying she's just in that jaded, fucked up perspective of thing, whatever she got going on. You know, a cheating man ain't gonna say no. You know, that's all.
You get it all to lose, he might. I don't know. I'm just a little like, I'm like, where the fuck was this? Like, and it sounded like they went after a certain demographic of people.
Yeah, they did all sound rather hood.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of fucked up. They did that, but I don't know. Is that just?
I need these questions to be asked at universities and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I feel like they'd be like, "Get your bum ass out of here."
Some asking bitches is out here would getting face shots and ass shots.
What do you think the problem is held with that way of thinking? Like, where do you think it comes from as far as the belief that? Because being asked the question, obviously, to a certain demographic was, I think, the point. But as far as like we knew we're going to get this reaction from these women if we ask them in this area. But what do you think the thinking comes from to always need to be right, and the realization that they don't realize they make themselves look bad for pretty much proving that they always need to be right even when they're wrong?
Control, like Kevin said, it's a control thing. If I can choose between a man that's never going to tell me no and a man that might tell me no, I'm gonna pick the man that never tell me no, because that way I can control every aspect of my life. I don't have to be responsible if I have someone who never tells me no, because I go there and fuck up and they'll fix it.
What was interesting is they sprinkled the ones that said the opposite real quick, and they're like real like just throw them in there real quick. Yeah, she was just like, it was two of them, but it was done in a way to make it sound like they were agreeing with the other side. Because if you listen to them, they say, "Well, I don't need to be told no all the time," and then the other one said, "Well, I want my man 45% of the time." But they sprinkled them in there as if like they were the same, giving you the same answer.
It's just that most women don't like to be told no. If they can be in a situation where they're never told no, they'll always take that option.
I'm gonna gracefully bow out of that one. I'll go with a lot of these women.
Kevin, are you trying to do politics soon or what?
I said most women, sir. I didn't say all women. I said most women.
Most is a high, and like, nigga, wait till these messages. We're gonna start getting these one day.
I don't get.
Gonna come on the very next episode. Hey, when I said most,
I meant most, nigga.
All right. Give a percentage of what you mean by most.
Most.
70, 80%?
No, I think. Hold on. What did you say? You said most of these.
Hold on.
This is where we got to get
I said most women don't want to be told no. Now, that does not negate the fact that majority of women won't mess with a married man just because he won't tell them no. That's not that. Those are two different stats. So when I say most women don't want to be told no, if your wife came in there and asked you 10 questions and you said yes to all 10, she would be very happy. But if you said no to 9 of the 10, she would probably be like, "What the hell?" Like, I don't like. It doesn't matter what the no is about. Most people, as a man, you don't like hearing no. Most people don't like hearing no.
I just kind of got where you're coming from. Just hearing the word no.
Hey,
it's like your kids don't want to hear no.
Exactly.
One would even debate that even hearing yes 10 times would still make her unhappy.
Hey, my nigga.
Some women, yes.
Hey, my nigga. You the black Mr. Clean. You clean that right up.
Nah, that's what I meant to negate. Most women don't want to hear no. Like who wants to be unless you have some like whatever that kink is. Unless you got that goddamn kink, you don't want to be. Who wants to be told no?
Sometimes I want to, because I know I'm asking for some stupid shit.
No, but you want to be told no for selfish reasons, because you want to be told no because you don't have the self control to tell yourself no.
Oh, I don't want to do this, but
so that right there,
so
you work for yourself, sir.
My constant need to always ask for a Blumpkin.
A what?
I know it's gonna be. I'm gonna be told no.
That's a yeah. I was like,
for the people out there that don't know what that is, why don't you explain what that is, Stutter?
We've done it before.
I mean, you seem to know very much. So, Hunter, you can go ahead and explain it.
I didn't ask for one.
I've explained it before in the past. So the Blumpkin is getting head on the toilet.
Oh, okay.
It's not just on the toilet. It's not just on the toilet. You shitting. Never mind. I guess I'm the only one who girl pees from time to time. All right, I got it.
And this is the Heavyweight Podcast.
I mean, if you're taking a shit,
no, that's
possibility
not.
You might pee while you're sitting down.
No, that's not what I
you're
said.
Shitting.
That's not what I said.
Next topic, sir. This is good.
You don't ever have a good girl pee?
I don't know.
Okay. Not no. So, next
a whole lot different than the last podcast. The last episode.
Women have a man expecting him to relate to feelings the way a woman does. Men have a completely different relationship to feelings than women. They don't trust feelings. They trust facts. It's not how men operate. For a man, it's more about what he values, what he stands for, what facts he trusts. So instead of asking a man how he feels about something, ask him what he thinks. You can learn a lot more about a man if you ask what he thinks rather than what he feels, because he can relate to that word, thinks. The most toxic...
Okay. Thoughts?
I get that. You know? Because we're not so much into our feelings. We're more of a, like you said, logical person on the thing.
We don't react off emotions as much.
No, it's what you think, not what you feel.
But do you think that's... I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if she's saying to use think as feel. Because that feels like manipulative.
Pretty much. Well, no. I don't think it's manipulative. I think that's what she's doing. I think she's saying think is to men as feel is to women. Right? That's what she's saying.
Okay, I'm trying to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That. I think that's the connection she's trying to make, and I think think that's like 95% correct. I'm not. Men do have feelings. We may not talk about them or address them, but we do have feelings, but we will act off of the logical explanation more than the feeling. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we tend to move. We tend to always, like you said, that's just the way we move. You know, we can't get into our feelings, but...
And she is right. Asking a man how what he thinks about something, he will tell you exactly how he feels about what you asked him. Ask this man about vertical challenge women.
Yeah, what you think?
Which man?
The one that they call Hunter.
I think.
Hold on, what?
I think she's fucking up.
Who fucking up?
She shouldn't. She don't do that. Yeah.
Who fucking up? Who fucking up?
There gonna be a whole lot of people getting some answers they don't want.
Well, that's the thing.
Once you ask a nigga what they think, like, oh, you didn't ask how I feel?
Yeah, but also that also depends on the man, because as a man, we can also see where the question is going, and so we can, we'll tell you what you want to hear, or we'll tell you what you need to hear depending on the question,
or for our own peace,
or for our own peace, because we will prioritize our own peace over the right answer. You know?
Especially when we know it's something touchy for you, and you asking us how we feel about it.
Normally, when a man pushes back and argues back and forth with you, that's because he cares. He cares about the topic at hand. If he don't argue back and forth with you, he don't give a fuck. Okay, whatever. I can go either way. But if he gives you pushback, then he's like, oh, no, I'm gonna stand my ground on this. Then he gets something he cares about. And I think that's why for both sides, you gotta know when to pick and choose your battles.
Gotta know when to hold 'em. Yeah. So it's interesting your takes on this, because I'll always say in debate or argument's sake, I always say the statement: you got to know what's real and know the difference between what's real and what you feel. Because a lot of times people mistake what they feel for what's real. So like a lot of times when you have arguments with your significant other, they're so caught up in what they feel that they start to ignore what's real. So you might be saying a real statement in the moment that they not necessarily be listening to because they're feeling something. They feel like you're trying to say this. They feel you're going into this thing. They feel and it's like, well, you got to know the difference between what you feel and what's real. Because if we're having an argument for argument's sake, and you're telling me how you feel, we're not going to get anywhere. But if you tell me, if you're not listening to what's real, yeah.
And don't assume that your feelings are factual.
Yeah.
And don't assume that your feelings don't play a role or some part in how you think. Because that's true. That's just the reality of some situations. So I do think as men, I think as men, we think critically most times about any major decision. Like we'll ponder on a certain issue or topic for weeks in advance before we actually make a decision. And then once we have a idea that now that doesn't mean that your conviction is so strong that you can't be swayed or moved. But by the time you've come to a conclusion, you've thought. Most men, for the most part, have thought long and hard about how they act, what they actually think about the certain whatever the topic at hand may be.
Oh, I can't say that's not true. I don't actually jump into anything really.
I think that's the constant dilemma. Is what you feel to what's real usually tends to be the kind of like the constant thing that keeps pushing, like where you're like, damn, we're not getting anywhere in this argument. Or
yeah, but Mo says something interesting too, where it's like you gotta, on our end, we gotta know when to, like you said, bend and break with that and stuff like that. So it all comes down to can't be one-sided.
Well, no, it can't be one-sided, but you also got to have each side has to have a level of
yeah. But
you got to have a threshold of what you can tolerate.
Yeah,
and in that threshold, you have to. Sometimes you have to understand as humans, you have to learn to be okay with people thinking different from you. Or you have to, especially in a relationship, you have to understand that you're not going to see eye to eye on everything. You're not going to agree with every step. You're not going to agree with every solution. But you have to understand that. But even though we don't agree, we still have to be united. And whether who decide, like you can disagree and still be unified. Like your wife Kevin can come to you and say, "Okay, I don't agree with the way you're doing it, but we gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with you. I'm gonna support you 100%." Right? I'm gonna roll with you.
Listen to me. When that doesn't work,
exactly,
I'm pissed.
Exactly. Right? But the next time you go, because let's be honest, as people, as men, sometimes we have to see the physical or experience the thing to know that the fact is fact. Sometimes I will give women credit for this. Sometimes women can see things that we can't see, and we can't. Since we can't see it, we can't look at it as fact or purposeful until we go through the experience. So, but like I said, so that's why sometimes it's like, okay, We don't see eye to eye. We're gonna go this way. But just know if it happened, you got as a man. If you go through it, you go through it. You do it your way. You got to be able to humble yourself and say, "Baby, you're right. I was wrong. I lacked the foresight."
For sure.
But check it out.
Yep.
Any other input? More thoughts?
I ain't got nothing to say on that shit.
Why not? Because you always wrong.
I mean, you said it.
Hey, this is the heavyweight podcast.
Why you guys always so like keyed up? Like you niggas gonna throw blows through the screen?
That's him. You don't want to hear that shit from me.
I just watched how you mad dog the camera like, yeah, nigga.
That's this motherfucker. I don't know what it is, bro.
Nah, y'all.
No. I mean, we good. We good.
The old Odd Couple. Is that what they were called? The Odd Couple?
Mm-hmm.
You would know more, Hunter.
Motherfucker, I didn't watch those old country white shows.
This is I guess we're gonna call this a Reddit story.
Okay.
Because I guess for advice purposes.
Oh.
So it says, I co-signed a loan when buying my daughter a new car. The dealership called and wants us to bring the car back and to take out the extra accessories that weren't included in the price. Should we take the car back? Yes or no?
No.
What?
Fuck no.
No.
What kind of stupid shit is that?
Right?
No. Don't.
How'd you let me drive it off the lot?
Don't take it back. Don't take it back. This is what I say. If on the contract you have in your possession now, if that VIN number is an ideal match, if the body style is an ideal match, if the trend number is an ideal match, they fucked up. You ain't got to fix they fuck up. Tell them to eat that. Take that L. God bless you.
I'm trying to figure out what they mean by the extra accessories.
Yeah,
Because
they wanted to take shit off the car because they didn't put that into the final sales price. So when
they changed the wheels on it and they didn't put it into the sale price,
or they add like the coating or some shit to it and it wasn't in the sales price. That's the L you gotta take. That's the L you gotta take. People gotta understand. Once you take possession and you made your down payment, it's not your car. Once you drive off that lot, that car lot no longer owns that car. Your car is owned by the bank, which is your financially, if you didn't pay cash for it, and the dealership, they have to take the L. Tell them to take the L. Tell them just take the L and do better your next time.
Because that's what all that was we fucked up. We didn't charge you what we're supposed to charge you. Now we need to come in and take off all that shit since we can't technically charge you more.
The only time you take something back that's not yours if it's a baby. If they get your own baby to the hospital, take the baby back. But then make sure you sue the hospital because they fucked up.
No Country for Old Men scary.
Yeah, that's I bet you the replies were all like saying take it back.
Hell, where do you think they did sit this at? Nigga, if they got the wrong price on food at the Stater Brothers, I'm picking it up on purpose.
Hey, if I walk out the store and they didn't charge me for my shit, I ain't walking back in.
I've done that when I was walking out the store.
If I go do self-checkout, if I go do self-checkout and something I want to scan, I just put it in the basket. I don't work here.
Yeah.
I tried to ring it up, it didn't ring up. It must be free.
Well, everything's organic.
No. Yeah, that's kind of
everything organic, and then
that's weird though.
The regular price.
And I bet you money they probably did take it back because they felt it was the right thing to do.
No, it's not.
I bet you they didn't. I feel like they didn't. I wish we could call them.
One of the comments was, one of the reaction was, one, drive the car back to the dealer, tell them the deal's off, give me my money back, and go die in a fire, walk away. Usually the dealership will suddenly have a change of heart and say, it's all okay, you can decide it if it is. Personally, I don't think I'd want to do business with such a shady outfit. Two was just ignore them and tell them to fuck off, then ignore them. What else? No, dealerships attempt to do stuff to people like that. For example, my ex-wife bought a car, but beat the dealer down on a price. She got a loan through a credit union. We showed up to give them the check, and they signed the paperwork for the car and drove off the lot. The next day, they called my ex-wife and told her we thought we were going to use our finance, and we need to change the price. I called them and told them, don't bother us again. So the average reaction was, fuck, no. Don't take the car back.
Flip it.
Because once you sign that paperwork and you left, the price is the price. The price is the price.
And
you have your contract.
You sign that paperwork, they'll use that shit against you. If it was your fault, they would use it against you. So
you signed the paperwork. So and their representative signed the paperwork. So tell whoever about to lose their job that they can contact EDD, and they got to wait 14 days, but they might get paid. It ain't your problem. It's not your problem.
Can't the bank like switch up shit though?
No.
Once that because you made that deal with the dealership. So once the money goes in, it's just all they care about is the financing.
All the bank cares about is the purchase price, and the bank is going to honor the purchase price on the actual.
Yeah, but I thought in like the that first week they're not done with everything.
That first week is limit law week to protect the buyer, not the seller.
I'm not gonna argue with you guys so much. The
limit law is to protect the buyer, not the seller. So if you go buy a car and then the first week the transmission go out, the transmission go out, you blow a head gas or some shit like that, in the first week, then you go back and get your money back. But it don't protect the seller.
They can't. Once you drive out that lot, they can't try to change the price. They can't try to haggle it to something. You'd be a fool to drive that car back to the lot and be like, okay, go ahead and take all the stuff off. Because all they're saying is we fucked up. We ended up charging you way less than what we were supposed to. Now we're trying to fix it.
I can totally see the way some of these car dealers add on extra stuff, wheels, lift kits, all that kind of stuff. And
that's you sell that car then. You don't sell. It's like you can't sell a model home for a lower price. You know what I mean?
But what he's saying, Kevin, that's what they do now. They get the vehicle in, and then they'll add 3 or 4 things to it to raise the price.
Right.
I'm saying but you buy that. You don't buy something. You can't. I'm saying you can't buy a model home or like a model car or whatever. If they're selling you a car with all those shits in it, that's what they show you. That's the car you get. They can't be like.
Well, I mean, that happened to my wife's car.
This is the base model. So you're supposed to have the base model.
So you know when we were negotiating my wife's car, the sales manager thought it was a bottom tier car. So we got quoted a bottom tier car price, and I took the deal. Then he's like, well, hold on. I said, no. It's for this car, for this price. I said, thank you for the extra savings on the car. And I handed my and I didn't even hand him a check. I gave him my debit card. Go ahead and just swipe that down payment off that debit card. Give my wife the key. Good doing business with you. Goodbye. Walked out.
Yeah. No, I understand. I think we're saying.
You're saying the same thing. Yeah, you're saying the same thing.
I think we're saying the same thing.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Kev. Yeah. Because, I mean, if they sell you the car with the wheels and the lift on it, they sell you the car with the lift and wheels on it. But they got to itemize that. They got to itemize that in your contract. And if they don't fuck up, and if they don't do that, you basically got everything for free.
Yeah, and that's where somebody fucked up and put all the extras, but didn't add the extras to the price. And then when they realize it after the fact, try to fix it.
Yep.
Something I wish happened on the home. That would have been the shit.
Yeah, that would have been awesome on the house. Oh, man, you got all these extras? Oh, yeah. That's the final
like, like you walk in, you got all the upgrades, but you didn't pay for none of them shit? I don't know what to tell you, pimp.
They're like, oh, this isn't your house. Like, yes, it is.
So the next, I guess, quote unquote, Reddit story is, this is a frame of mind thinking, but listen, my husband works, I stay at home, but he always expects me to do all the household work. I want him to do at least half of the household work after he comes home. What should I do to convince him?
You should shut your ass up and count your blessings.
Like, what do you do?
No context other than just she stays at home and
she says she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't work.
Did she say mom? I didn't even remember.
Wife.
She said mom.
Wife. She said stay-at-home wife. Not wife.
Oh, this is worse for me then. If you at home all day, what the fuck you doing at home? You ain't got no kids?
50%, she said?
50%.
He should be doing negative 15%.
I mean, I get it, cut on and stuff if you want to do that.
Because in that negative 15% is that it is the outside of the house which he pays somebody else to do. That's
you don't pay other people, nigga. Shut up.
Do you? Do? Yeah,
you do.
I got a gardener, nigga. I'll stop that.
Name, damn, I was gonna say Al Borland, but that's the wrong nigga. That's the tool guy. But
yeah, me, I'd be like, you need to end that marriage.
It don't make sense to me. If he's taking care of you 100%, but you want him to do 50% of the housework, then no. And you're not working?
Just bring it up. Bring it up. That's my advice. Bring it up.
Do you know how many women would swap places with you in a heartbeat?
Nah, just ask.
You ain't got no kids. You just at the crib chilling all day. All you got to do is cook some food and make sure the space is clean.
He might be that married man who don't say no. He might not say no.
This is evidence that a lot of women say they want traditional marriages, but they don't want to be traditional. That's all that says.
That's
because you're not working. A traditional marriage with the wife not working, she cooked 2 meals a day, hot meals for the husband, and then clean the house. Now, if you're saying he's just a disaster and he comes in like a tornado, well, you sign up for that shit because you have all day to clean it. That's how I feel.
Well, yeah,
you get no sympathy before. From me. Yeah, you get no sympathy from me.
If the context is different and kids are involved, then where's the percentage change?
Negative 5%.
Kevin, you?
How many children?
2 to 3.
It don't matter. It don't matter how many children. No, it don't.
Yeah.
No, it don't.
I think age might matter.
Because they're going to be, that's what I was going to say. They're going to be doing different things.
So if you got toddlers.
And we don't know what this nigga does.
Right. We don't know how long we're wrong. My thing is, if you're married with children and she don't work, then I don't think it's necessarily not the husband's job to come in and do the things that, whatever you guys agreed upon to help around the house. It's not his job to do 50-50 around the house, but it is his job to see when you're overwhelmed and to help. But that's not a natural occurring thing. It seems like she just wants her cake and eat it too. She wants to be able,
like she has it and she wants ice cream with it.
Yeah.
You said something right there. You said what was agreed upon.
Yeah.
And that's the issue a lot of people don't have. They don't have that conversation of what we're going to do back and forth or what we're going to share.
You got to have agreements.
You got to have that agreement.
You have agreements. My wife and I, we have an agreement. We sat down. We have an agreement. These are your responsibilities. These are my responsibilities. And I granted circumstances happen into where our responsibilities bleed over into each other, and then we help each other out. But you have to have an agreement. If you don't have an agreement, and honestly, man, if you're just sitting at home all day and all he expects you to do is cook and clean, and you fight about that, he will find somebody else that will do that with no problem.
So
that's nice.
Why don't you just ask for a maid then? Fuck it. Don't ask him.
Someone did comment, why don't you just go get a part-time job and pay for someone to clean your house if that's what you're that.
Or just get a maid and he probably don't give a fuck. And he's like, I don't give a fuck as long as I come home to a clean house.
But he might give a fuck.
At that point, then what is the point?
That's not my business. That's none of my business. If that makes them happy, fuck it. But if he don't give a fuck, then, well, she don't have to ask him to clean. I get that.
I'd be like, what's the point? If you're staying at home, I'm keeping you at home and you're not, and we still have a maid and you ain't got no kids.
People have wives that are trophy.
I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. What's the point?
You have a trophy wife. That's what your point is. Mm-hmm. There's a whole slew of men that have trophy wives.
I don't like the term trophy wife.
I mean, that's how they're treated.
I don't.
What do you want to call it?
I sing them a lot of money fee.
Curious. Why do you not like that?
I don't like that term.
I mean, honestly, at that point, ain't you just slightly better than a prostitute?
I feel like you have to have more than looks to be considered a trophy wife.
Not to some people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, to a lot of them. That's why you see a lot of divorces where she takes him high and dry just because all he saw was a pretty hard candy, and then she.
So was that a trophy or a bomb?
But it's weird because there's whole communities they don't plan on even being married long. Like people will get married knowing they're getting divorced.
I'm out.
like I said, I mean, at that point, you just a higher class of a prostitute because weird. You ain't doing anything, and then you actually having somebody else
earlier. These women don't mind. As long as you give them some Birkin bags and some shoes and some shit like that, take them on some trips. They don't care you married.
But you got to think about it because it's like that's probably in that world where niggas get escorts, and they're probably like you said, you call them prostitutes, but it's like I just want to have somebody that looks good on my arm, and I'm gonna bring you in here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're probably not faithful, more than likely.
And you ain't.
That's the life they chose. They all signed up for that life.
Right. Exactly. Because you're not contributing. You're not putting anything in the house. You're not doing anything. So what's the point of you?
But she sounds like she didn't sign up for the wife part.
Right. Because she's probably some spoiled little.
I don't know how long. Yeah. How long did she say? How long they were married?
No,
I don't believe so. I just believe she just said that she was trying to convince him.
But it does sound like a maid will fix all her problems.
But most of the people's comments were, if it's really that bothering, why don't you just go get a part-time job and pay for a maid, since it's.
That ain't gonna work. That means she actually has to have a job. So.
I'm just like, if this nigga
to not have to report to nobody, to never set an alarm, to then have to set an alarm, they can't do that.
What do you mean?
And your money goes to paying someone else to do something in your house? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
We don't know how long this nigga's bread is. They might live there. Then he got a maid too that stay at the house, nigga.
I understand there's a lot of fucked up people out in the world, but sometimes you just really get a grasp on how many fucked up people there really is out there.
What do you mean? Just living like that?
Yeah, just the way people think and the way they move and, their thought process and, like you understand there is, but you just don't realize how many of them are out there like that.
To me, the interesting thing is that there's a thought process of people that think that certain thinking is normal, and when they get around the normal thinking people, they realize that what they think isn't the norm. So they don't realize it's not the norm until they get around people that tell them, hey, this isn't normal, right? What you're thinking or what you're requesting. So maybe even the reaction to that post made her think what I was asking is crazy. But she probably didn't think that all the way up until posting.
Mm-hmm. I will give her this grace. If you're a stay-at-home wife, whatever, your husband only works 5 days a week. He gets a couple of days off. So I do feel like you should have a couple of days off. I think, and I do think that's fair. So you should. I was saying, let a maid come out twice a week and clean. But also, if he's working, if it's a situation where he's working long hours, he's not home enough to do significant damage to the house. Now if she's asking him to just, hey, put your clothes in the hamper, throw your towels in the hamper, maybe put your dish in the sink and let's say leave it on the table, little stuff like that. Yeah, that's just being considerate of your wife. The least you can do, if you're not going to clean the dish, the least you can do is walk the motherfucker over to the sink. That I'm on her side with.
She said 50%.
That's my 50%.
I like the part where she said trying. She said trying to convince him. So they've already had this conversation.
No, she hasn't. She's been giving him blowjobs in the laundry room. That's been her trying to convince him.
I asked my wife, I said, if you could outsource one thing in the house that you don't like doing, what would it be? And she said it was laundry.
Mine would say dishes.
She would clean all day. She wouldn't mind cleaning dishes all day, as long as she didn't have to do laundry no more. I said, that makes sense. That should do be a lot.
I should ask mine that. I bet you mine is dishes. Because I walked in the kitchen right now, she was doing dishes, and you can tell her face was like,
why you didn't help her?
I'm on the podcast.
Okay. But you took the day off, so you got have your day should go to her. Next topic, Mcfly.
Okay.
If you want a traditional woman, you got to create a traditional environment. There's so many dudes that expect a woman to go to work 40 hours a week, come home, clean up the whole house, cook a meal, take care of the kids, put the kids to bed, have porn star sex with them, and pay half of the bills. That's not realistic. Traditionally, men paid all the bills, and the woman stayed home and took care of the house. So if you don't make enough money to create that type of infrastructure, then you cannot claim to want a traditional woman because you are not a traditional man. You gotta go both ways. Like, you can't have tradition when it's convenient for you to. Like, yeah, I want to go half on the, bills and all of that, but I still need you cooking, cleaning, and doing everything, what I'm saying, that a traditional woman is supposed to do. Meanwhile, I'm not providing like a traditional man did. That makes zero sense. But so many men in this era expect that. If you want a tradition.
Facts. Shout out to Crew Season. I think what he said is facts. You have to create an environment. If you want a woman, to be traditional, you have to create a traditional environment. And that traditional environment is, as a man, you're taking care of everything financially.
The only thing I don't like about that is the fact that we call it traditional.
What is traditional? Because traditionally, women weren't allowed to work.
No, I mean, that wasn't traditional. That wasn't traditional. Traditional is something that you agree upon and you do. That was, you was forced to be that way.
Yeah, that's tradition.
No.
Like a lot of traditions in the country where we were forced to be that way. So,
yeah, that's what I don't like. That's the way I get. I don't like the whole part of you calling it traditional when it just kind of, that was just the way
traditionally the man is the breadwinner and the woman takes care of the household. That is traditional. It wasn't until World War II women got some right to work because there wasn't enough men around. So it wasn't until the 40s.
We can go back to caveman times then if we're going to pull tradition.
And in caveman times, the men hunted while the women tended to the animals and the children.
Mm.
And in caveman times, as a man, your traditional role was to provide food, shelter, and security to your family. Nothing has changed. It's just the terms of what food, shelter, and security means have changed. We're not going out here hunting every day for food. We're not going out here fighting the next clan over. Well, facts.
We're
not fighting the clan next door to make sure that they don't embark on our land. But as a man, you're providing shelter. You're making sure that the mortgage or the house, the rent, whatever it's paid, you're providing a safe space inside. You're making sure that electricity is running. You're providing the amenities, and then on top of that, you're giving her financial, and you're supposed to give your wife financial security and emotional security. Traditionally,
hey, we don't let Hunter slide.
Oh my God! Well, like with me, it's just the fact that society has changed, people have changed, and yet we're still trying to pull the shit that we've done in the 1940s.
But that's like, I think the way this is being spoken of, because I agree with you. Like, I don't subscribe to the traditional way of thinking, but it feels like what he's saying. If that's what you want, then you have to create the household to be like that. You can't. Right. Like, it's not saying go back to the archaic ways of like, hey, I'm going to beat you because you didn't listen to what I'm saying. You're not allowed to do this. But if this is what you want in your house.
You can't hit women no more.
But I'm good, but still, like, what I'm saying.
So that tradition has changed?
But there's some people, oh, Lord, I don't want to talk on that. Oh, Lord.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, I just get it. I just hate that. I don't like the word traditional, but I totally get it. I know we use it that way. I understand it. It's just
okay. Regardless of you like the terminology or not, that is what's identified as a traditional.
No, I get that. That's
relationship, right? Now, you don't have to partake in that type of relationship. But what he's saying is, and what I agree with, if that's the type of relationship you want to partake in, you have to be able to hold your weight. That's all he's saying. If this is the relationship you want, you hold your weight. So it don't matter what type of relationship you want. Whatever relationship you desire, make sure you hold your weight in that type of relationship. Whether it's traditional or non-traditional, non-conventional, whatever you want to call it, make sure you can do your part in that relationship. Don't expect someone to come in and carry part of your load, but they'll still have to carry all of their load. That's all he's saying. Which is
and
true.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that. Like I said, but I'm not disagreeing with what he was saying. Like I said, I just don't particularly care for when you say that, because in that same topic, you still have agreements in there too. This is kind of some preset determination of what things should be when.
Well, yeah, of course you have agreements. It's just like we have for years. There's been things considered. Oh, this is man's work. This is women's work. Yada yada yada. Like men do yard work. Women don't do yard work. Women do housework. Men don't, of course do those lines get crossed? Yes. There's some women that do yard work. There's some women that I guess.
I mean, there's men that stay at home. I mean, I get
exactly.
It.
But I'm saying, the basis of what he's saying is whatever relationship you want to partake of, make sure you at the very minimum can hold your part of the deal. That's what he's saying.
No, we all get that.
I just took it as realistically, you can't expect her to be everything at the same time. Like, you can't say you expect her to be the porn star wife, but then also expect her to do 40 hours of work in a work week, then also expect her to do 100% of this, and then also expect it's not realistic. Like, you have to be able to, if you want.
He's saying what you said, basically. Yeah. Like, how if you want to be traditional, then be traditional, nigga.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I want you to do this, but you also got to go to Costco and get a job. Like, what the fuck?
That's all it is. It's like, yeah, you got to just hold up your side of the bargain.
Fortunately for me, I don't subscribe to that. My wife is working 40 hours goddamn week.
But at the same token, you're not asking her to do 100%.
I do the cooking and shit like that. So we trade off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we know why you do the cooking.
She's using salt.
Come on, man.
She's gotten better. She made some shit that's fire not too long ago. I was like, damn, this ain't even the recipe. What? Oh my God. Damn. She gonna be a nigga before it's over.
Yeah, like I said, I get it all. I understand it. It's just, the way I look at society, it's so hard to even have that kind of traditional thing nowadays. It's
plenty of them.
Well, I know there's plenty of them, but I'm saying it's not the norm no more. You know what I mean?
Well, people can't afford it a lot of times.
Exactly. So
you got to think about the Midwest too. The Midwest.
I get that. I know. I didn't say there's not people doing it. I'm just saying it's not. Back then, it was the majority. Where now it's just some.
I'm in a traditional relationship.
And again, motherfucker, I just said I know there's people who do it.
What the hell?
What? I'm just saying it's not the majority no more. Shit.
They should put you guys in the same truck. Like,
so what you're saying is that I'm rare.
No, I said you're some. That's what the fuck you are, rare. Some.
Oh my God, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Because I'm not in one. I'm not in a traditional marriage.
You could be. All you gotta do is work Friday.
But yeah, like I said, the way society is, the way shit costs.
I also get it. I get it. It's like some women don't want tradition. Some women will want to be able to have their money.
Hold on. Right? First off, motherfucker, you want your wife to go back to work.
I said, hey, if she want to.
No, we all know that's some lying bullshit. I just realized I never force. I don't force my wife to do nothing. But what I'm saying is, even Kevin, you could have a traditional relationship.
I'm a piece of shit.
Hold on. Listen.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell, man. What the fuck, man?
Even with you working, right? it would be considered traditional if you still pay for everything, and then her money was just her money. Her money didn't contribute to the household.
Yeah, but I don't be. I even told her like dollar amounts, and I was like, "Yeah, but then we take your money and we put it with this money, and then we got this money."
Oh,
that's why I like that.
Right.
My bad. What's up, dog?
Fuck traditions.
I was just gonna say, with that being said, this has been episode 101 of the Heavyweight Podcast.
Hey, way to start the first one after the 100, huh?
Hope we taught y'all niggas something. 101. You know what I'm saying?
I learned a lot about you niggas. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I learned a lot about you niggas.
Was that the girl P thing?
Oh my God.
But with that being said, we do appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Subscribe, like, comment, share,
all that shit.
We'll enjoy the next 100 run.
And like I always say, any questions, anything you want to say, let us know. We'll talk about that shit.
Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues.
Peace.
Just ask in a comment form. Don't ask me at like work.
Hey. We need y'all to slide in Kevin DMs.
No, somebody was telling me something. I was going to call you guys at the podcast. I was
shit.
Listen, man, we're not set up like that.
What happened?
Shit. We got to do one more thing. Because it was a question asked by Nick. Shout out to Nick at UPS.
All right.
He asked a question. He said, what do we define success by? And what if it's not just money? Like, what else do we define having success with?
The simple answer to that is happiness.
That was literally in my head.
Happiness. Your level of happiness.
That's a tough one. Now that makes because I was thinking like you could be in the streets, but that made me think of Snowfall.
Right.
Because at the end of it, that nigga was happy, so he found his freedom.
He wasn't happy.
Nah, I think he was. I think because in the middle of it, you remember he was like, all I want is just to be free.
Yeah.
And like, he had a chance to go with, why can't I think of his name? His little Easy E homie, but he had a chance to go with him and like do something different. He's like, nah, I just want to be free.
But the only reason I said he wasn't happy is the look he gave him. And then when he walked away and refused to turn around, you could tell it was one of them things like, Nick, I lost 70. If I think about it, it's going to piss me the fuck.
Me, the success and happiness is, like you said, being happy, but being able to know that I can provide for my family and take care of them. You know?
Yeah.
That's it. You know?
If I can provide and spend time with the people that I care about, that's happiness to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And being successful in that is just be able to successfully know that you can be comfortable knowing that they're provided for.
Yeah.
I would say another thing I would think with kids too, a good measure of success other than money would probably be this sounds stupid, but if I have raised like strong women, I guess. Women I would want to hang out with.
You ain't got to worry about wrestling.
Like, I feel like that's a success to me. Yeah, I know. She is going to be a problem.
No. Sometimes we get so caught up in life that we forget about that, though.
It's happiness, man. It's pure happiness. Not the artificial stuff. It's pure happiness, man. If you can look back and reflect and realize that, hey, I did the best I could and everybody came out all right and you are happy with the outcome, you're successful.
Real talk.
Big Nick.
Nick at UPS. We used to call him Nick at night because he used to work nights. But
I was gonna say,
shout out to you, man. We appreciate you. He's black. We appreciate you for rocking with us.
Racist.
No, we're not.
Slightly.
We appreciate you for rocking with us. Subscribe, like, comment. You see, we just got a comment or a suggestion or a question that just got pushed in here. When Kevin said something, it hit me like, oh yeah, he did ask me that question before I went on vacation. So like, subscribe, comment, share. Till next time, we appreciate you. Keep rocking with us. It's going to be interesting. Another 100 episodes.
To the moon. Peace.
Oh wait, I think that's a gang sign. Nope.
It's a wrap. That's all she wrote, folks. Thanks for tuning in once again. You can check us out on all streaming platforms. Click like, subscribe, leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? Is it Monday yet? Hello. Every Monday you got new episodes, so tune in. Have a blessed one.